All right, no shade. We are one half of the way through the first season. And let's just say it didn't go the way we hoped. Um, even the biggest doubters of the Sun this year probably predicted it would go better than this. Um, we the worst comes to worst. We are already tied for the worst season ever, so it can't be worse than that. So, having said that, Joe, how was your week? Uh, I know you have poison ivy, so I don't know if you want to speak to that, but how was everything else?
Yeah, no, week is good. Low poison ivy on the arm, which is fun. Every day, something new. So, but no, we got together over the weekend. Had a good weekend, and week is going. I mean, it's already Wednesday, so as of this recording, so 2 more days till the weekend. Be super nice. In regard to the Sun fans, yeah, not the end of the first half we really wanted. Not the end of the first half of the season we really wanted. I talked about before rock bottom was coming. Do I think we're there yet? Not 100% sure. I hope we are, but I do think there's better days ahead. I just don't know when.
Um, yeah. First of all, I think I'm immune to poison ivy. I'm pretty sure I've touched it once back when I was more dangerous living as a middle schooler or high schooler, and I never got it. So I'm going on the hypothesis that I'm immune. Um,
I never had it until I moved here. So I don't know if it's like poison oak versus poison ivy or if it's different because I
really?
was the same way. At my parents' house, I used to go into a bush to get a basketball all the time and there was poison ivy all over that bush. Never got it. I've gotten it twice now here.
Maybe you got poison oak or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Burns. We're gonna fight through it though. We're gonna play through this injury and deliver one of my best podcast performances.
yeah, let's see how much he itches for you YouTube watchers. We are getting a lot more YouTube watchers on the podcast episodes than we are you podcast listeners on podcast apps, but not that many subscribers. So if you're listening, please subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe.
Hit the button. It's probably
Yeah, it's
somewhere.
early enough in the podcast for me to ask that you're still watching. So please
It's
subscribe.
probably somewhere over here. Hit
Uh,
it.
up here, maybe down here. I don't know.
Actually, it might be over there.
But yeah, we did hang out this week, and I got some beautiful eggplant pizza that was delicious.
It looked
Uh,
great.
it was great, and I'm still thinking about it. But yeah, we had I'm pretty sure, Joe, that we have hit rock bottom. We're past rock bottom, and even though we went 0-3 this week, we are going to talk about how we are playing a lot better. So I don't think you have to worry about that unless we trade the entire team away. But I'm not worried about that. I don't think that's even possible in the W. So yeah, we want to get on to the news this week, or do you want to talk about your magnificent yard work or anything else you might have done this week?
No, it's been not too much yard work with this week. End of the week, yes, but that'll be for the next episode.
You want to talk about how you made us go out, hang outside when it was literally the minute of sundown?
We got 20 minutes out there.
Yeah, and I have like 18 bug bites, but that's neither here nor there. Um, we actually had a week of Connecticut Sun news. We made some moves to potentially make more moves in the future, but we're all on eggshells here. We don't know what's going to happen. Jalen Brown and Haley Peters both got waived. Haley Peters, we both expected if somebody were to get waived, she should have been the move. She's a veteran in the league. She's been contributing a lot more than she should be minutes wise, hasn't been producing numbers wise, and we'd like to see those minutes go to other players. Brown, if a second player had to be waived, just unfortunate. She's the last player on the depth chart, I think. We do like seeing her get minutes and produce, but just unfortunate. I did when I saw that she did get waived, I was excited that another player could come in, but I was like, oh, I do want to see her get more minutes and like have a chance. But I was looking at the roster. I was like, who else could get waived? And there was just nobody else. Joe, what do you think about both moves?
Yeah, I mean, this was a part of the league. There was kind of like it was almost felt like a Black Monday type situation, if you want to compare it to the NFL, where it was the day to waive any non-guaranteed contracts for the rest of the season. Like you said, we had talked about Haley Peters kind of being, a top candidate for this. Just way she's been on the floor lately, it's kind of showing that it's not improving. She had a couple good games earlier in the year, which was really nice. But unfortunately, she no longer was fitting the role as the fourth big. I mean, she's 6'3". I've been telling you, and we'll talk about it more as I don't know if we're talking today about our expectations for the second half of the year or not. I can't remember what we planned. But we talked about there's not a lot of size on this team. She was at least a big body. Unfortunately, she wasn't contributing offensively or defensively, as we'll talk about in one of her games. And then with Jaylen Brown, I don't know what happened. It says illness injury next to her name she hasn't played in the last few games. I couldn't really find anything that was specific to what the illness or injury was. You hope everything's all right. Unfortunately, I think she was just a casualty of Leia Lacan coming back and playing, where it's a loaded backcourt now. And Jalen's not that big herself, so she wasn't going to play like a stretch forward position or be out there on the small forward court when you have kind of Sanaya turning into that pseudo small forward for us right now in our 3-guard set. So I like Jalen. I always think having a lefty on the floor is nice. If not a lefty, someone who's comfortable going left, because it just changes the dynamic of your floor spacing. We'll talk about more Layla, that she seems to be taking over that role as well. But yeah, we wish. Ready for this segue? We wish them both well on their future endeavors, whether it's in the league or somewhere else. And then Alex says, but wait.
What?
Well, because I was trying to set you up for the news with Haley Peters.
Oh, well, Haley Peters, yeah, after game 1 of this week, we re-signed her to a 7-day contract.
Yeah, we got the news on. I saw the roster news, and before I even read it, I sent it to Alex to be like, "Oh my god, we did something!" And then I was like, "Oh wait, Haley Peters is back for 7 more days."
Yeah,
so I get waiving and then bringing. I get the move. It makes sense from if you had no plans and you just didn't want to guarantee the contract, then you brought her back for the rest of the week.
Yeah, we did. We needed more players, but she only ended up playing like 3 minutes, and I'm pretty sure the 7 days goes into the All-Star break, and those 7 days are going to be up, and by the time our next games come, so we'll see if we make an official move to sign somebody for the rest of the season.
Marina coming back takes that spot, or
Marina's spot is still on the roster.
Yeah, right. That doesn't go away.
Doesn't mean anything.
So that gives two open roster spots.
So the big name that got cut is Alyssa Pilley. She was former 8th overall pick in 2024 by the Lynx. She was just a casualty of a good team and not being able to play a lot. She's a good shooter. Somebody, I forget which one of our followers on Instagram was talking to us and mentioned that Diamond DeShields might be healthy. Maybe they want to look at her again. I didn't even think of that. A lot of people are talking about Emma Mieseman. I just don't see her wanting if she's a player that's coming back from overseas, so she can pick her destination. I don't see why she'd want to pick here, besides if she just loves playing for Mezion, which I doubt she does, more than wanting to go win somewhere or play with somebody more high profile, like a WNBA superstar like Asia or
a contender.
Yeah. Well, Pilley would be the one I'd want to sign. She's 24, and has a bunch of. You could sign her for a bunch of years, and have her until she's still under 30.
Yeah, it's a position needed. We talked about. I know I know this is waiver wire people, but we've also talked about someone like an Aaliyah Edwards. We need bodies that are athletic and long and strong. I love Liv to
Yeah.
death, but she's not doing well, as we talked about, against more physical players. So having someone like an Edwards, like a Pilly, like those could be potential good pickups for this roster.
Yeah. How do you get Aaliyah Edwards? What's the realistic scenario? What's the trade?
I mean,
Are you trading a future
it's got to
first round
be.
pick like 2 years from now? So it's like one of probably going to be an early pick,
I don't think you can
or are you
trade a
trading?
first.
Yeah,
I don't think you can, just because you don't have your first this year, and then if the records are done by every 2 years, and if you're not going to have as strong a record next year as well, you want to keep that first rounder.
exactly.
At
So
this at the same time, I think you could probably get Aaliyah Edwards for a second
I
potentially.
I doubt it.
I know she's young still, but
And
you're
she's
kind
under
of
contract for like 4 years.
you're kind of buying low at this moment.
Yeah, but like somebody's going to offer more than a second.
Maybe.
There's no way. Somebody
Because
would have already offered that.
she's not putting up numbers that you would trade a first round pick for. And I know it's a limited role,
I
but
mean, we have 2 late first round picks. I'm sure they'd at least ask for one of those.
I mean, yeah, it could be the Liberty pick if
But
you're.
like, I would assume it would take at least Tina, and I
Well,
would say I'd rather trade Tina for a better pick.
well, would you trade Edwards then for would you trade for Edwards our pick from the Liberty? Or do you think you can get a better rookie? They'll call it what, the 11th pick in the
If
draft?
they would trade Aaliyah Edwards for what is that, the 12th pick?
11th or 12th at this
Yeah,
point.
I would do that in a heartbeat if they would give up her for that. If they would sell that low,
Hmm.
yeah, in a second. I
Yeah,
just
just
don't think
curious.
they would.
Do you think it would take more?
I think it would take a lot more. Yeah, they would take a top pick or like good players. I don't think they would just give up on her.
Yeah.
She's got so many years left. She's
It's
so
just
young.
it's a loaded front court. But this is a pipe dream for right now.
Yeah, I just don't think it makes too much sense for them to trade her to us for what we have. If we had a pick this year, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, let's get into these games. We got an ice cream truck in your house? What is that?
I think it's Marissa is watching a documentary.
Oh, it was the ice cream truck. All right, game one this week. We had the 3-16 Sun at travel all the way West Coast again to the 12-8 Seattle Storm. The Sun opened the scoring for once, so we're improving. This is not rock bottom, Joe. The Storm fans stand the entire game like Ridgefield High for those FCX fans. At least back in the day, I don't know if they still do that.
Not that I'm aware of.
They used to when we were in high school.
Yeah, to 10 points. This is one of those to the first bucket. It's a Seattle basketball.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the first basket. So that's why they were standing for so long, because even though they hit a couple free throws early, they didn't score like a bucket for a while.
Wow. So yeah, the Storm finally could sit down 4 minutes in when Skylar hit the first shot. Sun were only able to get up 6-2 lead though, but hey, it's a lead. Sanaya finds Tina in the back for a back cut. Tina's 8th point with 4 minutes into the game, or 4 minutes to go in the first. 12-4 Sun. It's a nice lead for once. JC and Bria each have 2 fouls, so Lindsay Allen comes into the game first quarter minutes. Layla Lacan has been buried with 2 big screens early, hit hard. Malunga saves it for us by accident on an extra possession with no shot clock. With no shot. Excuse me, get caught up on my own saliva for a second. Can't speak. Malunga saves it for us by accident on an extra possession with no shot clock, and they foul us with 3.3. The inbounds was Zatina, who misses the hook shot. 16-10 Sun at the end of 1. So Coming out very strong compared to normal on the first, but again, could be much better. Um, you have any thoughts? Tina did have 8 on 3 of 11, though.
Yeah, that was my big note that she was ultra aggressive, but I still felt like some of the shots were just not within a flow. Seemed like a couple plays were literally just everyone get out of the way. We're just going to throw it into the post and see what happens. Um, I mean, those two screens you talked about, one of them, it was funny. One of them was on Layla and the other one was on Lindsay Allen. And the announcers were like, oh, yeah, that's welcome to the rookie, welcome to the moment, welcome to the league moments for the rookies out there. And I'm like, Lindsay Allen's not a rookie. She's been in the league for a few years. So I was just like, silly. But yeah, both teams got off to a slow start. Shooting percentages were not high. We were expecting another barn burner of a game, and it did not start that way.
Yeah, Tina did get her 8,000th career point, only joining Diana Taurasi, who's 2,000 career points ahead of her. I will say not many notes to take throughout the rest of this game. I will say it's a lot better when we're winning or when we're playing well, and the flow of the game is just much better. Less notes to take unless we're really playing well in second half, and I want to note what we're doing. But when we're just it's going back and forth, it's just a lot nicer to watch, and
Yeah, more
less
competitive.
yeah, and less just like annoying things to focus on. I want to jot down. It's a lot nicer to watch. So in the second quarter, Seattle takes their first lead with under 2 to go. Is really all I have. Liv's length has been a strength for us in this game on offense, and neither team can score at the end of the half. 33-31 Sun to end it. Tina has 10 points on 3 of 11 still. Liv has 8 and 5. NECA and Gabby have a combined 1 field goal and 6 points, and Diggins has 3 fouls. Sun are 0 and 7 from 3, but Storm are only 2 of 14. Storm have 0 fast break points, 3 minutes. Oh, this is going into the third. Joe, what do you have to say about the first half?
Yeah, the only other big thing I noticed, because like you said, when the flow of the game is nice, I'm actually like enjoying the game and able to
Yeah.
watch it. I thought we did a really good job frustrating um, Skylar Diggins. It was kind of cool to see, and it's something I'm
Not
interested
that
to
hard to
see.
frustrate her.
No, no, it's not. But they were attacking her on defense when she was on defense, which was good because then she got a couple cheap fouls, but they were fouls. But I think something I noticed that we did was that JC had started on her to start the game, and then Sanaya and Layla switched onto her, which gave us a little more length and size on her, which also then frustrated her because she wasn't able to get as many shots. Sometimes I feel like JC, we want her because she's a pretty above average perimeter defender. We want her guarding some of these tougher guards, but I think sometimes her size just gets in the way where she might be better suited guarding, the smaller off guard, like in this game, Erica Wheeler, right? But so I thought they did a really good job. The other thing was that Tina took 0 shots this quarter, which was kind of weird. I mean, we'll talk about it more as these games go on because I did note it for like all 3 games. It's really like not balanced when like she's like shooting in like bunches. And then it almost turns in, I don't want to say like she gets iced out because she's still touching the ball on some of these possessions, or maybe it's just the way the defense is adjusting to her being aggressive. But like she can't go shooting 11 shots in the first quarter and then no shots in the second. And it
Yeah,
was a close game.
yeah, I don't know if she was sitting. I don't know if how many minutes she played in the second. I don't remember, but she did play. She did score 2 points at the
Yeah,
line.
I had the minutes and I did it. But of course, I only wrote it for the third quarter. Hold on one sec. But yeah, like so, it was just kind of weird. Like, it was just kind of weird when she like I don't know how you come out so aggressive and then you just like tone it back all the way. See, I had all this up and then I closed it. The WNBA, for those who don't know, as I'm like clicking this, the WNBA site, when you first get their box score, it's very like straightforward as you would think it would be. And then once the games are over, they go into these advanced stats and like all the stuff that like nerds like me just absolutely love. So like this game, like you can like filter everything by period. So like second period.
Oh, I mean, she played 35 minutes overall, so she could have only sat a total of 5 minutes.
Yeah, she played 6 minutes in the second quarter.
Yeah.
And like she shot 2 free throws and that was it. Like it was just like a weird, like after the first quarter, after the first quarter where she played all 10 minutes, taking 11 shots, she didn't take a single shot. But I digress. But yeah, no, going into, like I said, frustrating Skylar Diggins, I thought was really good for us. And then, we kind of kept Gabby Williams under control. And I mean, honestly, our defense looked pretty good. Like they did not shoot that well in the first half.
Yeah. You said something earlier about changing defenders on Skylar in an area. We did that with Cece, Clayton Clark a lot. Yeah, we put Lacan on her, we put JC on her. We did that a lot.
Yeah, we have the bodies to play defense like this on the perimeter. Like you gotta shut down lead point guards, especially. I mean, there's a lot of players in the league that are averaging 15 to 20 points a game. Like you want your best defenders on them, and you can't let them get comfortable with one player on them, right? So I thought that was a nice adjustment compared to the other couple games that we played. Even the game we won, it was kind of just like one person going the whole time. So like that was a nice adjustment to see, throwing, different looks. And something I noticed that they started doing with specifically Tina on ball screens, they're blitzing ball screens with Tina. So like that helps her because we talked about how she's not very good in the pick and roll coverage of rotating and moving her feet very well left and right. And, she's older and whatever, but they're doing a much better job. And then having someone like Sanaya on the weak side or whoever the off guard is, like sniping up the middle to like take away that easy pass where we were giving. I mean, we still are, but we weren't giving as many straight line layups to the Storm in this game versus the last time we played them.
All right. So in the third quarter, the Storm had 0 fast break points 3 minutes into the third until they finally got one. The Storm cut it to 1 with 5:38 left, and Mez called the timeout. Rivers hit a 3 to answer. NECA had one to go up 3, but NECA answered right back to tie it. And then we turn it over, and Bria commits a transition take foul, and the Storm take the lead. Rivers steals it from Williams, but Tina travels with a minute left, down 1. Liv blocks Malonga. Williams hits a pull-up with 3.6, 55-52 Storm, end of third.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway here was that we actually played 4 players 10 minutes in that third quarter. Sanaya, Tina, Olivia, and Bria. And that's the first time I feel like in a while we've done that. JC was the one who subbed out 4.5 minutes into the quarter, and then Leia played the final 5.5. But I don't know if we were just matching Seattle because Seattle was also playing, obviously Skylar was in foul trouble. She picked up her 4th foul, but they also did not play that many people. They played Gabby Williams 10 minutes, NECA 10 minutes, Ezzy 8 minutes and 40 seconds, Erica Wheeler 10 minutes. So I don't know if it was just like because of the flow of the game that he didn't want to go to the bench, or because, as we saw, like the game was close. So I don't know. I was just reading more into the minutes. I do think us playing 4 people 10 minutes though in this quarter hurt us at the end of this game.
Probably. In the fourth, Malonga gets a few buckets. 59-54 Storm. Sun timeout with 8:14 left. Lacan speeds by everyone for a layup. Rivers out rebounds Malonga, and Bria finds Liv on the transition, and Connecticut cuts it to 1. And then Storm takes a timeout. Only about 40 seconds later, Sun forced a shot clock violation out of the timeout, which was great. Lacan, it's just a really good rebounder for her size and position. As I noticed, as he posts up, Lacan 67-62 Storm under 5 left, 7-0 run. Tina hits a fadeaway to end it though. Sun have a shot clock violation with 3:43 left, down 5. Down 7, Lacan misses an open 3 with 3 minutes to go, and Ezzy puts them up 9 on the other end. Dog pile for the ball. Bria's legs get taken out from under her. It's a turnover, 15-2 run, another steal for the Storm, and a frustration intentional hard foul beyond the 3-point line on Skylar from Bria. And Skylar stands up to Bria, and teams separate them. Bria fouls Gabby hard around the neck, and Noel Quinn is pissed, and they upgrade the foul. 79-65 Storm win. End of game. Top performers for the Sun were Tina with 20 and 10. She shot 5 of 18, though. Rivers had 12 points. Liv was 10 and 8, and LeCann was 10 and 7. I believe that was rebounds,
Yes.
not assists.
No, she didn't have that many assists.
Yeah, 10, 7, and 1.
Yeah, I mean, JC laid an egg this game, so that was tough.
Yeah, Sheldon was 12 minutes, 0 shots, 0-0 with 3 fouls. Bria and McCann had 5 fouls each, and Connecticut shot 3 of 16 from 3 and 36.2% overall.
Yeah, like I said, JC laid an egg. She 2 early fouls against her, and then she never found her way back into like rhythm to be on the floor that long. It happens. One of my other call outs was that Morrow only played about 10 minutes. Very hard for her to see the floor if they're not going to use her as a pseudo 3 at times, because both Olivia and Tina played over 35 minutes. So, that's one of those tough spots. And then with Bria Hartley's stuff, I mean, you can call it toughness. You can call it stupidity at the times. You can call it frustration. She probably should have gotten 2 flagrant 1 fouls. I think the Skylar one probably was a flagrant as well that they didn't call, but I think that was also a makeup call because she did get taken out on that loose ball, which also should have been a dead ball foul. So I think they gave her the benefit of the doubt on that one. I feel like she's been getting in, and we'll talk about it with the Sparks game too, but I feel like she's been getting into it with a lot of people lately.
Yeah,
Partly. But
yeah, let's get into it with the Sparks game.
Yeah.
Game 2 of the week. The 3 and 17 Sun in Los Angeles at the 6 and 14 Sparks. Both teams able to score early. Everyone has points in the starting 5 when Rivers hits a 3 at the halfway mark in the first. JC missed a 3 and hustled to grab her own rebound and gets an easy layup. Suns go up 3. Bria, another strong start, 3 for 5 with 1 and 2 from 3 with 9 points. Sheldon with 8 on 4 of 5. Missed her only 3 attempt. Sanaya Fagan is playing for the Sparks, which is a rarity. Morrow scores early on her own. What did I write? Morrow scores easily on our last possession for success instead of our last possession woes on Sanaya Fagan, 30-27. Sun up at the end of 1. LeCann with a really nice pass down low to Bria, who hits the 3 from down low to Bria, who hits the 3. 38-31. Sun get out to the biggest lead of the game. Nice the Beast gets a rebound versus 2 Sparks, and the putback to go up 49-41. Sparks cut it to 2 with under 15 seconds to go. Ray Burrell gets a technical for kind of pushing LeCann to the ground. And
it was the stare down after.
Yeah. She was already going to the ground, and then she looks over her. Tina misses the free throw, and we don't score on the last possession. 49-47 Sun at the end of the half. Going into the half, they interviewed Dearica Hamby, and she said the game plan is to stop Tina. Tina has 5 points on 2 of 6. Bria 12 and 5 on 4 of 9. Rivers 9 and 4 on 4 of 4. She hasn't missed. Morrow 8 points on 4 of 9. We're 4 of 11 from 3. Shot 55.3 from field goal range. Playing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, the offense was clicking that entire first half. Like we said, Tina struggled a bit, but at the same time, this was one of those games where it was kind of like the speed worked better than throwing it into the post and just making moves. Sanaya looked great. Bria got off to a nice start, which was important in this game. And then really, like, we saw a balanced attack. I mean, we shot in the first half 55%. Like, how many times have we done that this year? But on the other side of it, like, we gave up. Yeah, I mean, we pretty much were keeping them in the game, right? We couldn't get stops. Everything was a make. Everything was a layup. Everything was an easy basket on the other end as well. So it was a little bit of a track meet comparably to the Seattle game. But I mean, this was another one. Like, it was a great pace to watch the game and enjoy, but not when you're a coach. You don't want to get into too many shootouts when you're a coach, especially when you consider yourself a defensive-minded coach. Shootouts are the worst thing that you could sit back and watch, because you're just like, oh, if we get 2 or 3 stops here in a row, this game could be over. Just how, like, your offense is clicking. But, those stops never came in the first half.
Yeah, we shot 55.3%. We were only up 2. But as the third started, Stevens hit 2 threes, and the Sun were down 3 pretty quickly. Liv gets called on a back-to-back offensive fouls, and she's visibly upset with the calls. Mez challenges the second one. Liv literally elbows De'Erica Hamby in the face, and we don't win it. JC hits the 3 to cut it back to 4. Sparks turn it over. LeCan blows by everyone for a reverse layup. Hartley matches Plums on 3s on back-to-back possessions. Bria now has 18. Liv is now getting blocked down low a few times. Might want to take her out of the game, is what I wrote. As a note to Coach Maz, a few buckets before the quarter ends to tie and ties it, but the Sparks get the last laugh with one. 69-67 Sparks, end of the third. Anything before we get into the fourth?
I had nothing added. I have more notes on the fourth.
All right. This is a barn burner fourth. Burrell gets called for a foul on a Rivers 3, but clearly didn't touch her, so they have to review it. 71-71 with 7:30 left. 77-71 under 6. Rivers hits a 3, but answered by the Sparks. Rivers hits a mid-range 2. She's now 7 of 8. Down 4, Rivers gets a steal and hits another mid-range shot for 19 points. She's now 8 of 9. Bria hits a 3 to get her to 25 to cut the lead to 1 with under 4, or the deficit to 1, I should say, with under 4. Plum is hitting clutch shot after clutch shot with under 3 to go. Rivers and Rakia get into a jump ball with 47.4 left, down 5. But Jackson gets called for the foul on the jump by grabbing Rivers' shoulder, and Rivers hits 1 of 2. Sun don't foul, and the shot clock didn't work at first. Hamby just misses a layup and goes out on the Sparks. Hartley misses a 3 with 20 seconds left, and the Sun don't foul. LeCan strips Plum and misses the layup. Good D from De'Erica Hamby, though. Stevens gets the rebound and gets fouled and hits the free throws with 6 seconds left. Rivers gets stuffed by Rukia, but Morrow hits a floater to end it. 92-88 Sparks final. Top performers on the game: Bria Hartley, 25 and 6 assists. She went 7 of 17 from the field, 4 of 11 from 3. Sanaya, 20 and 6, shooting 8 of 11. JC Sheldon, 11 points on 5 of 6. Morrow, 10 and 7. The team shot 50% from the field.
Yeah, I mean, I have written down in the fourth quarter. I mean, overall at the end of the game, the offensive rebounds, we had 15 to their 26. So a lot of second chance opportunities. Even if you're not scoring on those opportunities, they can lead to fouls. They can lead you having to play more defense. You hope you get a couple more defensive rebounds, and in a 4-point game that can make a huge difference. I also had paint points. We've talked about it all season long. And I think you brought it up in your keys to this game, was that the paint is the most important part, that Tina was going to be subjected to some more jumpers because, the interior, I'm not saying that they're the best defenders in the league, but they have a lot of interior defenders. And clearly, they won the paint, getting to the lane 50-34. So that's a huge margin. Also, like I wrote down, at the end of the game, it's still coming down to these situations where it's these teams have closers and we do not. In the fourth quarter there, in those last 3 minutes, Kelsey Plum really broke our hearts, as if our last names were Waller, like she just took over the game, was attacking, went 3 for 4 in the fourth quarter, hit a 3, a couple free throws, making plays for her teammates. Like, she took over as the winner she is. And, like I said, I'm still pretty high on the Sparks. I think they're going to somehow sneak into the playoffs as they continue to get healthier, with Brink on their horizon. But I did think this was a very reasonable or a winnable game that, we gave away by just not having that piece. And Sanaya tried her best. Sanaya had an awesome game. Bria, I'm critical, yeah, but like 25 points is nothing to sniff at, especially with the 7 assists. I still, in my plus and minus era that I'm in right now, she was a minus 11, which, speaks to her defense and stuff. But you can't argue with 25 and 7. That's, not many people are doing that on any given night in the league. So a game that we could have won, a game dare say should have won. A couple of different things go our way versus them, but Bria also getting into it with Rakea Jackson at some point, and they had a nice exchange. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, but Rakea talks a lot of trash. So if you haven't seen that, go look it up. It is kind of funny between the two of them, and then I'm pretty sure it's spilt over into Instagram as well on the stories. So something along the lines of like Rakea being like, "Who's a bum ass?" and then that's what she said during the game, like, "You're a bum ass." And then Bria Hartley responded on Instagram with her like 25 and 7, being like, "Oh, I'm a bum ass." And then Rakea reposted the score and was just like something along, like, "Oh, we won the game," like something like that. So funny little exchange. But again, like I said, Bria's rubbing everybody the wrong way lately. So, it's good. You need that little disruptor. I'm not mad about it. I don't like the flagrant fouls, but I'm not mad about the toughness.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
And then this was so far Rivers and Lacan's best games as pros that we've seen. So it was very nice to see, a potential future, our future point guard, shooting guard, and small forward, play well.
Yeah, Sanaya is definitely the best game. 20 off 8 of 11. Pretty solid game.
Her jumper's improving.
Yeah, she's playing really well.
Her mid-range jumper on the pull-up, her three's looking a lot better. So
yeah, she went through a really bad shooting stretch. She's going through a really good one now.
Yeah, I think I saw her averages are up from like 6 points a game for the like majority of the year, and then the last 5 games she's averaging almost 13, nice. Which no one expected that from her, not us at this point.
Yeah, definitely not us. All right, so last game of the week was the big one. The 11 and 10 Fever come in, face the 3 and 18 Sun in Boston. A lot of celebrities came out for this one. A lot of people, it was sold out. Last year we took on the Sparks in Boston. It was sold out. Now we took on the Fever. Wasn't as heavily favored for the Fever as I thought. Honestly, might have been even 60-40 Sun fans. I couldn't really tell. They were saying it was 60-40 Fever on the broadcast, but I don't know. It didn't sound that way.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, if you're talking announcers, it might have been 75-25, but the fans, yeah, it sounded pretty straightforward.
You're talking what?
I said if you're talking to the announcers, it might have been 75-25.
Oh, yeah.
Indiana versus Connecticut, but the fans, yeah, the Connecticut fans definitely, I think, showed out.
Yeah. Let's get into the game. To start the game, Caitlin Clark immediately passed it to nobody, and Rivers picked it up and scored in transition to open the game. Tina was looking to shoot early. She was 1 for 3 in the first 2 minutes. They were early. We were doubling and switching everything on Caitlin, and she was finding the open teammate for easy buckets. Liv was offensive rebounding well, but couldn't finish. Fever were 7-7 to start. 15-8. It was 15-8 was the score under 6 minutes to go in the first. Tina found Rivers, who found Liv to end a 9-0 run for the Fever. 6-0 run for the Sun to make it a 17-14 game. This was a lot common theme throughout the game. Sun went on a run, or the Fever went on a run, then the Sun went on a run. Caitlin Clark has made 1-3 on the road this season, which was not a stat I actually was familiar with until the broadcast brought it up.
Crazy stat.
Yeah. Morrow hits a 3, her 7th of the year, which is also felt a little low, but when you think about it, kind of realistic. She cut it to 4. Lindsay Allen hits a bucket to cut it to 2, and then LeCann gets a layup to tie it with 2 minutes left. Excuse me. With a nice 7-0 run. The Sun were down as much as 9. Aaliyah Boston had 0 shots in the first, and the first ends 29-28 in favor of the Fever. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, another up and down game. I mean, we know Coach Mez wants to play fast, but at the same time, playing fast doesn't mean giving up just easy baskets. I believe, if I have this correct, yeah, they shot 12 of the Fever shot 12 of 16 to start the game, and I'm pretty sure they started the game 7 of 7, which is not obviously what you want to see. They were just getting so many easy looks. You know, they did. Obviously, Caitlin's a very good passer, and that ball moves in Indiana. But
she's an okay passer. She turns it over a lot.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like, she makes the home run pass pretty well. So I know. Keep the compliments. Solid. Keep the compliments to a minimum.
She's pretty solid.
But regardless,
a lot of assists.
Natasha Howard was getting point blank layups with no resistance, whether it was Tina in the rotation or Olivia.
Mitchell's so fast too.
She was fast. I mean, it was one of those things where like she's a really good player, obviously, but like, my God, I'm left-handed, you're left-handed. Can we make the lefty go right? Because like everything she was getting was head down going to the left, head down going to the left. And like, again, one of the best players in the league, not taking anything away from her. But you got to have some kind of resistance that way. At least try to get her on a crossover going back to her right to hit a jumper. You know, she was able to get downhill to the rim. Lexi Hull had a 3 early. And, I mean, again, they shot 12 of 16 from the field. Like, we almost matched it. We went 12 of 24, which we got more shot opportunities. But
at least our offense is looking good.
The offense is definitely looking a lot more comfortable in movement.
And it's not like we don't have good defenders too.
No,
we have 3 good defenders to work on. Actually, it's not. We have like obviously Sanaya's a good defender, JC's a good defender, and Layla's a good defender.
Yeah, it's the rotations. It's the rotations. I think it's, you know, and in a game like this, we'll talk about it more on the 4th with Olivia, but like just the rotations are still not 100% there. We shouldn't be giving up. If you're blitzing a ball screen, the next pass shouldn't be to a wide open layup, right? That's stuff you work on to be like, how are we going to rotate out of this? Because like I said, Natasha Howard was just literally standing underneath the basket going, layup.
Yeah, I think we should just play 1-on-1 and fucking man up.
Yeah, that's the Tina issue. I mean, every league is a pick and roll league right now, or every team is a pick and roll team. So it's like, if you don't have good pick and roll coverage, you're not going to be able to guard, and you got to manipulate. Maybe don't send the trap every single time. Maybe pick and choose when it's like a certain player involved. I don't know. There's things that you can do to like give up a different look or a different tempo.
Yeah, we'd probably get absolutely murdered on staying man to man. Anyway, second quarter starts. Peters is getting minutes. She only gets 3 minutes in the game, so it's nothing to worry about. But Bria hits a 3 to stop a Fever run, cuts the lead from 9-6. Bria hits another 3, 10-0 run for the Sun, gives the Sun a 1-point lead. So the game really was a game of runs, which the W is not as much. The NBA is really a game of runs. The W is not, which is why the W honestly is a lot more fun to watch a lot of the time than the NBA. But this game was a game of runs. But the Sun take a 1-point lead and then the Fever take a timeout. Fever take the lead at the end of the half as Bria misses the 3 at the buzzer. 44-42 Fever end of half. Tina has 11 on 4 of 11. Liv, Bria, Sanaya, and Layla all have 6. Aaliyah Boston has 1 point and Clark has 5. Those are your all-stars. Just kidding. Aaliyah Boston definitely deserves to be an all-star. But yeah, it's It's crazy. I've said this before. We have these games where we're like up two, down five, whatever. We're in the game, and it's like their two best players or one of their best players is like 1 point or like one bucket or just hasn't shot the ball. It's like what we should be dominating this game.
Yeah, and like the defense was good. I mean, they were 6 of 18 from the field in the second quarter, but unfortunately, our offense also hit a snafu, and we were 6 of 19. Like that's like you're saying, if they're struggling, you need to be able to step on the gas and like, oh hey, we can build ourselves a 5 point lead, a 7 point lead. But no, we were down two going into halftime.
So also, the thing is like if they're struggling, it's like they also have the Kelsey Mitchells and the others, so the Howards. So it didn't really matter. So yeah, in the second half, it was 51-49, a few minutes into the quarter, and the Sun just can't hit anything. JC misses a tough layup. Tina rebounds with no one near her and blows the layup, and Cunningham hits a three on the other end.
Always.
Rivers cuts it.
Sorry to interrupt you. That's the golden rule. If
Yeah.
you miss a layup, a three is going to be made on the other side. It is literally just golden rule. Always.
Yeah, Rivers cuts it to three with an easy layup. LeCan can't hit on a transition layup, and the Fever hit an open transition layup on the other end. Next position, Tina gets an and one with 2:15 left to cut it to two. Tina has 17 and 11. Morrow blows by her defender to tie the game at 60 with under a minute left. 10th tie of the game. Fever retake the lead. Lindsay Allen just misses a three. Liv causes Caitlin to step out of bounds at the end of the third. That was the last play of the third. Okay. 62-60 Fever, end of the third. Yeah, you want to roll into the fourth, or you have anything?
Yeah, we can go right into the fourth. I don't think I had anything that stood out to me. Again, a pretty well played game in the third. Not too many whistles, as I'm sure you're going to talk about in this fourth. Both teams, we had 4 fouls, they had 1 foul. The game was pretty clean. Yes, there were turnovers, but like it was a good game, another good game to watch. Like it was a competitive game. It might not have been the prettiest game, like the Sparks game, but now and then we get to the fourth quarter, which
a lot of fouling and shit. But anyway, LeCan 4-point play opportunity on a weird looking three foul from behind, but she hits it. Just misses the free throw to not typical Sun. Can't just have anything we want. But yeah, so we're down one. I believe it was to tie it. We were down 4 at the time. Liv picks Caitlin Clark's pocket. She was playing really good defense on her. That was her second turnover, I believe. She had at the end of the third, she made her step out of bounds.
Yep.
You know what Fever fans love to say when you say Caitlin Clark has a lot of turnovers? You know what their like favorite response is her teammates can't catch the ball.
Because you know why? That's what happened last year when it was a little bit of a different roster.
Yeah, all right. But also, this game she had 5 turnovers, and the 3 I remember, the first one she threw the ball to literally nobody. She stepped out of bounds, and she freaking got her ass stripped by Olivia Nelson-Adota.
She got stripped by Sanaya once. She got stripped by Adota once. The first play of the game, like you said.
Yeah, she stepped out of bounds.
I don't
remember what the fifth one was. Well, even if that was her teammate, if it was her teammate can't catch, it's only 1 out of 5.
Yeah.
But so Liv picks her pocket, finds JC, who finds LeCan, who patiently waits for the defender to jump before making the layup. Bring it back to a 1-point game. JC at the line. It's 1 of 2, who was 0 for 6 shooting today. Can't do that. Aaliyah Boston, who had 1 point in the first half, now has 10 points in the second half. JC misses another 3. On the other end, bumps Cunningham, who gets called for going out of bounds. Just a bad miss by the refs, but we'll take it. Oh yeah, 100%. Just bumps are out of bounds. But we'll take it. But the refs just are terrible. But the Fever just argue absolutely everything to a point where it's just they look like they're just will never let it go.
Yeah.
It's like Liv was arguing it like in one game I was saying she was getting mad, but she let it go. Like I don't know, just like the way the Fever argue, it's like it's just like it's too
No, I
much.
get it. Yeah, it's a lot of complaining. I mean, this game in that fourth quarter, I do not
It's not
think.
all of them. It's not Aaliyah Boston. It's not Natasha Howard. It's not
I
Chelsea
think
Mitchell.
I think in this game, I think obviously the refs are on higher radar. They're already studying about the last game that these two played, and it was a really clean game. And you know what? It did start getting physical in the fourth quarter, and the refs completely took it out of the players' hands because Tina gets called for 2 fouls for bumping with Aaliyah Boston. Aaliyah Boston gets called for a foul when I think Tina was bumping her.
Tina like hit her in the face and like nothing happened.
Yeah, but I'm saying the game got more physical because it was such a close game towards the end, and the refs just kind of
No, I know, but like she did it and like nobody reacted.
no,
Like
no.
Aaliyah Boston was like, "What just happened?" And Tina was like, "Whatever," and like nobody did anything, and the refs didn't seem to notice. It was weird.
Well, Liv also got away with one with a pretty high elbow blowing up Sophie Cunningham on a screen.
Yeah,
Probably should have been looked at too, but you know what? Choo choo,
yeah, whatever.
choo choo.
Yeah, she deserved whatever from the last game. Where were we?
Midway through the fourth.
Yeah, yeah. So she got bumped out of bounds, didn't get called. Pace of the second half has been really bad and slow. Lots of fouls, challenges, and arguments. CC gets her first bucket in the second half of 4 minutes left in the game. She was 0 for 5. Down 7 with 3 minutes and 41 left. Tina goes 1 of 2 for the line. Caitlin Clark finally hits a 3. So her second road 3 of the season. Down 9. We're down 9. Bria hits 2 from the line to go back down 7. Under 3 to go. Rivers blows a layup. Under 2 left. LeCann hits 2 from the line to go down 5. Clark misses a 3 and goes out of bounds. Tina misses a mid-range shot. We send Clark to the line with 1:17 left. She hits both. Bria missed a 3 with a minute left. Mitchell layup. Sun timeout down 9. LeCann hits a layup to cut it to 7 with 30 seconds left. And Fever take a timeout for some reason. And 85-77 were the Fever win.
Well, the timeout was because Caitlin got hurt.
They took her out.
They know she re-injured her groin.
Yeah, I didn't know if they took. They could have just hold on to the ball and.
Yeah, no, that was literally they saw her. She got injured, came out afterwards that she said she heard something in that or felt something in the groin again. So who knows what that means for her status?
Yeah,
'Cause
she's
she
out tonight.
had the groin injury earlier in the year. But yeah, because I thought that was a weird timeout too. I was like, why are you calling a timeout with? And then the announcer was just like, oh, Caitlin's got a towel over her
I
back.
mean, yeah, even with that, like she could have walked off the court and like inbounded the ball without taking a timeout and just like walked to the back.
Yeah, you got to protect her.
I don't need to make pomp and circumstances.
But yeah, my key with this fourth quarter and stuff is both teams had 4 field goals in the fourth quarter, but we were 8 of 11 from the free throw line, and they were 14 of 18 from the free throw line. So there's your about 6, 7, 8 points right there. Difference in the game. And I'm curious how you feel about it because I know I know a lot of the people who listen want her to play more. Morrow's shot selection was not good.
Yeah, she was 3 of 13. Yeah, the top performers today were Tina, 21 and 11 on 7 of 19. LeCann, 19 points on 8 of 13. Morrow was 7 and 12 on 3 of 13. Rivers, 8, 5 and 3 on 4 of 10. Liv was good defensively, but could have scored more, 6 and 5 on 3 of 9. JC was bad, 1, 0 and 3 on 0 of 7. Bench was good. LeCann had 19 points in 24 minutes. Morrow could have scored more, 7 on 23 minutes. The minutes were good, though. Allen, 4, 1 and 2 in 11 minutes. And Peters only 3 minutes. I like the distribution. But yeah, Morrow didn't shoot well today. It is what it is. She'll have bad games. Everyone will.
Yeah, I just feel like she was forced to
put up big numbers rebounding.
Yeah, the rebounding's been great. She's
Still made an impact. So even if she's not shooting well, still scored 7 points and put up 12 boards. So if she's gonna have bad games that look like that, I'll take it.
Yeah, 13 shots though. That's the tough part for me. It's not you know me. I'm all about efficiency. Even like we get on Tina for being 5 of 18 and 7 of 21 and whatever. But I
I'd
just
rather have 7 and 12 and keep shooting and trying to score as a rookie and stuff than have like 2 points and
yeah, and we
points.
talked about it last episode, so don't need to harp on it. But it's just some of the running shots that she throws up. I don't know if she's like is still getting out of like the college vibe of like, oh, I can make these in college consistently, and now it's obviously a little bit harder. People are a little bit stronger, and as she gets stronger, she'll get back into it. But like the jumpers, I was fine with. But I just felt like she had a couple more of those runners where I'm just like, she doesn't know where the ball's going when she's going up to the rim.
Yeah, I think she's trying to get fouled a lot.
Right.
Oh well. All right. Let's go to fantasy of the week. The teams were I had Skylar Diggins, Azura Stevens, Dearica Hamby, Kelsey Mitchell, Neko Gumake, Natasha Howard, Bria Hartley, Olivia Nelson Adoda, and you had Tina Charles, Kelsey Plum, Gabby Williams, Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, Rakia Jackson, Ezzy Magbagor, and Layla LeCan. How do you think you did?
I was kind of looking at the stats today a little bit, but I'm like so bad at math and I'm like, I'm not using a calculator. I'm going to go on a limb and say you took this week, but it was a single digit victory.
Okay, no, you won significantly.
Oh, wow.
You won by 30 points.
Oh, wow.
And had the most points so far. You won 311 to 284. 311 beats your past record 303.
Wow.
From week 2. I had Skylar Diggins 24 points, Azura 36, Hamby 30, Mitchell 26, NECA 28, Howard 34. She had 13 rebounds. Bria 14, 33, and 17. Liv 22, 7, and 13. You had Tina at 34, 20, and 37. Plum at 29. Gabby at 28. Boston at 22. Clark at 30. Rakia at 31. Ezzy at 23. And LeCan at 18, 15, at 24.
I think Rakia was a big one. She had a pretty big game against us.
Yeah, so now you are up 5 weeks to 4. You beat me 20. You're up 27 this week. You're up 5 weeks to 4. You're up 1,926 to 1,896, which is up 30. This week, your biggest score was Tina at 37, and the lowest was at Liv at 7.
Yeah, she had a couple of bad ones.
All right, we can go into our brightest stars. We both picked Tina Charles this week, and she was, in fact, the brightest star. She had 2 of the 3 player of the games. I think Sanaya won the other one. So I'm up to 2 points on the season, and you're up to 4. I haven't won a point in a long time, so it's good to get one. And for another bright star, this is where we got to pick. You, for the 3rd consecutive week, have picked JC Sheldon. Her stat lines were 0 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 point, 0 rebounds, 3 assists. Joe, are you happy with this week?
No, I think JC's going to be losing minutes come second half of the season, whether it's to Layla, Sanaya, something. I think this was the first week where I felt, she did pick up 2 fouls early in that first game, but the fact that they never went back to her could just be the circumstances of the game. But yeah, no, she is not getting me a point this week.
Yeah, we want Layla to get more minutes. It's just like who's coming out? It's hard to say, and we all love JC, but we need more production.
And Marina's coming back, so
yeah,
there's
and
conversation to be had.
Bria's gonna have to substitute out for Marina, and Bria's on a roll, but she'll probably come back to earth at some point. And well, it's not like every game has been huge, but
no.
But Bria needs to come back so she can help the bench.
Yes.
So we can get bench points. I picked Bria Hartley as another bright star. Her stats were 7, 5, and 2, 25, 1, and 6, and 11, 4, and 2. I was very pleased with her this week. I'm going to give myself the point. And so that brings us tied. We each have 2 points for
Yeah,
another bright star.
completely fair to give her a point. She had, or you get a point. She had that big game, but she also was like pretty steady
Yeah.
week.
Her worst game was 7-5-2. So
Right.
terrible. For our record prediction, I picked 2-1. You picked 1-2. We went 0-3. Our team total is 3-19. Our running totals, I have us at 8-14. You would have us at 6-16. Correct specific games predicted correctly. I have 13. You have 15. Not looking great though.
No.
Um, so yeah, let's get into All Star Weekend.
Ooh, little change of pace here. Unfortunately, no Sun players are involved in All Star Weekend, but
Literally anything. But yeah, let's start with the skills contest. We have partaking the Liberties Natasha Cloud, the Storms Skylar Diggins, the Atlanta Dreams Alicia Grays, who also won last year, the Storms Erica Wheeler, and the Lynx' Courtney Williams. This is a fun one. You got Gray, who's a 9-year vet, and then you got the rest who are 10-year vets, and Diggins, who's an 11-year vet.
yeah, it's nice to see. You said you watched last year's skill challenge to get an idea of what it was about, and it seems like this. I think the players are realizing how many eyes are actually going to be on the All Star game this year. So you could say these players are All Stars or very close to being All Stars. And then Erica Wheeler's there, but she's still very like solid point guard in the league. So no, it should be a fun competition.
Yeah, it's a couple bounce passes, mid-range shot, couple 3-point shots, a chest pass, and a lot of running and stuff.
Ball
So it should
handling.
be good. Yeah, I was gonna go. I'll make my pick first. You can pick first for the 3-point contest, and then we'll flip a coin for the All Star Game fantasy. I was gonna go between Cloud and Diggins, and then I was watching and I saw the 2 3-point shots. And I was gonna say that wanted me to pick Skylar Diggins more. I think I trust her 3-point shot more. So I'm going to pick Skylar Diggins. I think she's going to ball out on this skills competition. I think she is. She wants to ball out, her and her teammates, NECA and Gabby. She wants to prove that they all deserve to be there this year.
So yeah, I actually had Diggins in my finals as well, but I have her losing in the finals to Miss Courtney Williams. I just think it's the year of the Lynx. I also think just she's such a fun, big personality. I think she's going to have a really good time with it, but she's also going to take it seriously. I could be wrong, and she could also just go out there and have a good time and mail it in. But I just think between the mid-range jumper and the passing, she's one of the best passers in the league. So I think it'll give her a nice little advantage. So give me Courtney Williams.
I really wish I picked 3-point contest first.
That's right. I guarantee we don't have the same person.
All right. Who are you picking for the 3-point contest?
I am picking to get to the finals is Ionescu versus Sonia Citron. And winning, I have Sabrina Ionescu. I just think she's built for this competition. She did some NBA competitions with Steph.
Yeah, who in the world did you think I had winning this competition?
I think it's I mean, she's the favorite for sure, but I just think you put her in a competition like that, she's got the mom.
I don't think Caitlin Clark is playing.
No, she'll probably get subbed out by someone. I don't know who, but I'd be surprised if she participated. So that leaves Alicia Gray, Kelsey Plum, Sonia. So I think
I didn't even announce everyone. Sonia Citron, Kelsey Clark, Caitlin Clark if she's still in, which I doubt. Alicia Gray, who won last year, Sabrina, and Kelsey.
Yeah, so I have the rookie getting there to the finals, but Alicia Gray could easily win this again. She's last year's returning winner. So
yeah, I also have Sabrina winning, but to beat. So who do you have? Sabrina and who?
Citron, Sonia.
Who did you have in the finals? I guess I'll pick a finals too, just to make it fun.
So
I guess I'll pick Cloud in the finals as well.
Cloud versus Diggins in the finals of skill.
Yeah, and then you had Diggins.
Yep, I had Williams over Diggins.
All right, I'll pick Sabrina beating Plum. So it's different.
We like being different here.
All right, and then I don't have a coin on me. Whose week is it to go first? You got one?
Call it in the air.
Heads. Yeah, it's heads. I actually do have a coin. Hold on. Somewhere here. Oh, yeah, I got it. I shouldn't even trust you to get a coin. Last weekend when we trusted you to get a coin, you brought back a silver dollar.
It was the first coin I saw.
All right. Call it in the air. Ready?
Tails.
Good. I wanted heads. It's tails. You want the first pick?
Is it snake?
No. I thought you meant the coin. I was like, no, I think it's a bird.
Is it a snake draft?
This was so hard to fucking big board, guys.
I just wrote the names down and I'm just going to wing it.
I feel like that's what you do every week.
I will take the all-star captain with my first pick, Nafisa Collier.
All right, I big board her third. I'm going to take Asia Wilson, team Caitlin Clark first. Yeah, number one on my big board.
Then I'm going to go with
starter, by the way. Yeah.
Is my next pick. She balls out. She's going to hit some deep threes and throw some fancy passes.
All right, she's also a starter, Team CC. I had her seventh. I am going to take second on my big board. Paige Beckers, starter, Team Fee.
Second. Ooh, that's just a homer pick, as I wear my UConn shirt. But
I think she's going to play. I think she's going to ball out, and they're going to look to get her the ball, and she's going to be everyone's favorite. I think they're going to look to show off the rook.
Let's Paige off the board. Wilson off the board. Because
the veterans might not take it as seriously. They might just be like, "Yeah, I'll get a couple minutes."
Like they play though. They're like scoring in the beginning.
But this is the first. Like this is the rookie starting. She might they might let her go off.
I am going to go with Brianna Stewart.
All right, fifth on my big board. She's also a starter, so we've taken all starters so far.
Makes sense, though.
Which it does, but also I'm thinking about it, it's like maybe the starters play in the beginning and then some sit and some want to. I don't know. I thought I have a number. She's fifth on my big board. Fourth, I'm going fourth on my board. Team CC, she's on the bench. Indiana Fever though, gonna play. Kelsey Mitchell off the bench for Team Caitlin Clark. I think she's gonna play a lot and ball out.
I'm surprised because I'm also going to go with Indiana this pick, and I thought this is who you were going to pick, but I'm going to pick Aaliyah Boston.
Didn't play that well against us. Lost faith.
No, but still had a lot of assists.
She's sixth on my board. I would have went with her next. Would have doubled up. She's a starter. She's on Caitlin Clark's team as well.
Yes.
So number 1 through 7 on my board is taken, and then we have. Oh, no, number 1 through 7. Yeah, that's everyone, right?
Mm-hmm.
First 7 picks. All right, so I'll go with 8th. Take Skylar Diggins.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Team Fee. I really hope you don't take who I have next because I really want this player. And I was pissed when I put her this low, but I didn't really want to rearrange anything.
I'm going to go with one of the top scorers in the league then, and I'm going to say Alicia Gray is coming on over to Team Joe.
All right. Oh, yeah. Still, that's starter I had pretty low, 14th.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't think she's just going to be featured that well. I think she's in all the festivities. I just think she's had enough of the weekend. She's just going to let other people take the role. I'm going to take someone who's going to try so hard and score so many points and get so many rebounds. Angel Reese. Team Fee.
It's a good steal. That's stealing my girl over there.
Hey, I was an Angel Reese fan before it was cool to even like or hate her. As I said,
um,
year she won the championship.
I'm gonna go with another competitor then, and I am going to go with Kelsey Plum.
Okay, 15th on my big board.
Oof, that's very low.
Team Fee. Yeah, she's either going to go off or barely play, I feel like. I'm going Alyssa Thomas, triple double queen.
Yeah, that's good too.
Team Collier. Another one, though, could also get like 2 minutes, I feel like.
Yeah,
She's been there, done that 100 times. Who knows?
So we're gonna go with
You also every time you say I'm like gonna put somebody low on my board. These are all stars, all right? They're all great.
all right, so then that leaves, I think there's 3 starters left.
Yeah, 2 are injured though.
2 are injured, so that leaves me with a third. I'm gonna go with NECA.
Yeah, 13th on my board.
Little Storm. I think we'll get a moment with her and Diggins where they're having some fun out there.
Yeah, 13th on my board. I kind of wanted to put her higher once I realized she was pretty low, but I'm going with her teammate Gabby Williams, Team CC.
That's my girl this year.
As Mecca's on Team Fee. As Kelsey Plum's also on Team Fee. I don't know if I said that, but Gabby on Team Clark. Hold on, let's go through so far. I have Asia who's on Team Clark, Paige who's on Team Fee, Mitchell who's on Team Clark, Skylar who's on Team Fee, Angel who's on Team Fee, Thomas who's on Team Fee, and Gabby who's on Team Clark.
And I have Fee, Team Fee, Ionoska who's on Team Clark, Stewart who's on Team Fee, Boston who's on Team Clark, Gray who's on Team Fee, and Plum who's on Team Fee, and NECA who's on Team Fee as well. So yes. I'm really hammering Team Fee here.
All right.
So naturally, my next pick is going to be Sonia Citron in this All-Star game. She's going to give me nice, consistent numbers. She's probably going to score like 8 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, like just nice, like a baseline for her.
Nice. She was 16th on my board, which would have been next, but 12 is left, who is Courtney Williams. Team Fee.
One of my favorite players this year as well to follow, but I had to figure I was getting one or the other.
So now 17 through 22 are left. So if I say 17th on my board, that's next.
So now we're looking at, and just so we have the remaining players, I have Kayla McBride on Team Fee.
Yep.
And then the other players are Caitlin Clark and Sabali, who are both injured at the moment. Not sure what's happening there. And then Sonia, I just picked her. And then it's Irafin, Jackie Young, and Kayla Thornton.
Correct.
So with that, I'm going to go get the other Washington Mystic player. I'm going to take Kiki Irafin.
That was my next. Yeah, she was 17th. That's who I would have picked. Team CC, Kiki Irafin. Okay. So I'm going to take Team CC, Kayla Thornton. Killing it for Valhalla.
Ready for this one?
Yeah.
I'm going to take Savali. I guarantee she's not playing, but I think her substitute could be Brittany Sykes, or could be another player who feels like they got snubbed and is going to play hard to prove that they were there.
All right.
Little strategy.
All right, I'm going to take
up and Savali just plays a minute and then goes, "Thanks, everybody."
I'm going to take Caitlin Clark just to spite you, and for the same reason.
Which actually works with my strategy because I knew you'd be arrogant and do that, and I'm going to take Jackie Young.
Fine, then I get Kayla McBride, who feels snubbed, and is going to go off. I feel like she was not the next best player.
No, I thought Sykes should have been.
Yeah, but Sykes, since coming back from injury, though, has not been that good.
I'm trying to think. Who else do we think got snubbed at this point? Like, if 2 players need to be replaced.
Tina Charles, honestly.
She might.
Not based off defense or shooting percentage, but numbers and respect, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
somebody else on the Valkyrie. I don't know.
Right. No, yeah, it's tough. I don't know if there really is someone else who's been putting up consistent numbers all year. But cool. So we
All right,
got
who's your All-Star Game MVP pick?
ooh.
I know mine.
We're in Indiana. So
Who votes?
I think it's just at the end of the game, the media votes it or something.
I bet you it's a fan vote.
I am going to say that the All-Star Game MVP is going to be Aaliyah Boston.
I'm going Paige Beckers.
I know you're so high on that.
Yeah, I picked her second.
Yeah.
How do you vote for All-Star MVP? Let me find out.
There's got to be like a fan vote. Probably you're probably
There we
right.
go. Voting for the 2024 All-Star WNBA game championship. Throughout voting period, fans may submit full ballot. No, that's for
No, that's got to be for the team.
yeah. God damn it. Whatever. It's probably a fan vote anyway. They'll say it during the game.
It'll be like a QR code and like midway through the fourth quarter or something.
Yeah. Come on, Paige.
Yeah. Who knows?
So we're just doing. So for this fantasy game, we're just doing points, and whichever team has the most points wins.
Yeah.
It's just like a game of basketball.
Very simple. This has nothing to do with our regular season fantasy.
This isn't even I shouldn't even write fantasy big board on my notes.
Like this is more just All-Star Game festivities. Our own little shaded.
So just points, game of basketball. Whoever team has more points wins the game.
Yep.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members of Caitlin Clark's team: Asia, Mitchell, Gabby, Thornton, and Caitlin, if she plays / her replacement.
Yep.
And then Paige, Skylar, Reese, Thomas, Courtney, Kayla, 6. So it's only it's 6 and 5. It's pretty even.
And then I have Collier, Stewart, Gray, NECA, Plum, and I have Boston, Ionescu, Sabali, Citron, Kiki, and Jackie Young. So I'm going to say I'm 6 and 5 the other way. Math. See what I'm talking about?
Yeah, 6 and 5. Yeah, it's pretty even. Nice. All right. So Sabrina is going to win the 3-point contest, but it's about who comes in second there. And then Skylar Diggins is going to reach the finals in the skills competition, hopefully. All right. Anything else you want to say about the first season? Next episode, we're going to talk about what are we going to talk about?
Yeah, I think next episode will be previewing post All-Star break games, and then I'm pretty sure we're going to give our own little review of the first half and what we hope to see going forward in the second half, whether that's trades that we want to see happen, whether that's change in the starting lineup, whether that's firing the whole coaching staff, as everyone says every video.
Yeah, but, and we could also look back at our what was it?
All the preseason stuff. Probably save that for another day. We'd probably look at that for like 3 hours.
Oh, your second half. I don't know. What was I gonna say?
My report card.
No, I don't remember what I was gonna say. But yeah, your our not our beginning of our predictions, but when was our quarter of the way through predictions and see how we did. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah, I feel like that'd be like a 3-hour video.
Yeah, now that we're halfway through the season.
Yeah.
12 games, every 12 games.
Well, I hope everyone enjoys the All-Star break festivities. Go watch. Views are great. Use us as a little guide to follow along. Let us know who you think are going to win the skill competitions and the 3-point contest, and throw out who you think's going to win MVP. Let's hear it. Let's see what you guys have to say. We'll probably do another. I don't know if we'll do a story about it. Maybe we'll do an actual post. See who you guys have during this downtime for the sun.
Yeah. All right. Enjoy the off week.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend
To subscribe.
to subscribe.